Watch here, back from lunch. I don't have a lot of time here, but we're gonna, again, go past the front of the org, make sure we get the blinds shut. Thank you all for joining. By the way, when Kirby's mom comes back, remind me to thank them. They were very generous at the close of the last live. Really appreciated that. So we're on Polk Street, heading back over to the org, kind of looking around here, not seeing anybody in uniform. If you were here on the earlier live, we came up to the org, we got the blinds closed, went around for a walk, they opened up the blinds again. Like I said, I think they're gonna have the blinds open right now, only because I think there's an event going on there. And when the blinds are down, it doesn't bode well for the event. It looks suspicious that why is your church hiding from everybody? The other one that we actually saw one of the either staff or Sea Org members, right? That this person's been there since the earliest days that I can remember here in Chicago. Remember, the org opened on March 3rd. There was a woman outside with a carry-on bag, and I kind of thought she was going to go in. I let her know that, hey, this is a human trafficking and child abusing cult. She goes, oh, I'm not a member. I'm here for my grandson. Like, oh, okay, are you okay with the grandson being a member? So we'll head over there. I do have the native, by the way, are you hearing the sound, by the way? If anybody's on here, let me know if the sound's coming through well. Howdy, Queen Suki. Remember, this is Chicago Marathon weekend. Tomorrow is the marathon. Today there was a 5K here in town. We saw an awful lot of runners, and we will see runners right there, taking their last day, kind of getting the legs loose. Great news, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Never In. Yeah, Never In. I have a lot of friends here in the city. I'm sure that I will be back somewhat frequently. I still have clients here in the city, so on occasion I'll be back here for business reasons. I will tell you that all of my trips to Chicago will have a drive-by here. My hope is that, and by the way, it's not mine to leave, but that I'm leaving the city in good hands with the other protesters. And by the way, if you want to protest, demonstrate, audit, whatever you want to describe it as here, it's not as daunting as you think. I will tell you that I've seen plenty of people come out here for the first time, and all they do is they stick their camera in the window. We're coming up on the org. We'll see how quickly they respond to this. Yeah, they know that I'm streaming, but many people, they don't know whether or not you're streaming or not. So Never In is an example. I don't know that she's ever live streamed, but she'll static stream. She'll just record. And all she really has to do is stick her phone in that window and down come the blinds. I can see the doors are open, so they think it's safe again. 12:53, so we should see people return to the org. Right, the staff members are out at lunch right now. There is. So we've definitely got civilians in there. This is Chris. How you doing, Chris? Remember, he's cool. This is a human trafficking cult, right? This is nothing but a human trafficking cult. Do you have anything positive to share about your church? Nothing positive to share about your church? We're more than happy to hear anything you have positive to say about your church. Is there nothing positive about the cult of Scientology? You have to hide, right? You have to hide from the public. Close the doors. Don't let the public see what you're doing inside the cult. Oh, here's our newest body router. So you've got to hide from the public as your cult, right? You've got to be deceptive. We're blind to the public here. So they were lined up for something. Maybe some of you will get a good screenshot of that. I'm sorry that I totally forget about this. What book was that? So hopefully I think when you're on YouTube Live, that comes in pretty cleanly. Thank you for your service. Is there any reason why you're here for the human trafficking cult? Are you here for the child abusing or the human trafficking? A gentleman had I think it was Navy. And again, that's sad, right, to see that. That, he is, well, I'm going to go with, he's being honest with the hat. He is a veteran of United States military. And yet he's fallen prey to this, right? We talk about this all the time. The people inside of here are victims. They didn't know what they were getting into when they got in here. You saw that they brought the shades down very, very quickly. Hey, Mike, I will email you that. I don't want to make it easy for our friends here in the cult to think that they can let their guard down anytime soon. Yeah, and the book definitely said L. Ron Hubbard at the bottom. It felt like it was a brick red, maybe a brown book. Maybe there was a clean shot of it when I walked up. I just kind of wanted to, again, I wanted to get in the ear of the person who was standing in the doorway, much more so than I wanted to see what that book was, or I didn't think to see what the book was. I can see one of the Scientology members coming back from lunch, right? If you look down there, the bald fella, right? He's got his cup of coffee and his suit on. Hi. Howdy, Mike Sandoval. Oh, he's got his cancer stick in. Remember, you got to keep smoking to avoid that cancer, right? That's the L. Ron Hubbard way. People don't die of smoking cigarettes. They die because they don't smoke enough cigarettes, right? That's your stupid leader's belief. Anything positive to share about your church? Is there nothing positive about the cult of Scientology? Are you here for the human trafficking or the child abuse? So the staff member knew that that person was public. Excuse me? So this is the Church of Scientology. They're a cult, a human trafficking cult. You definitely don't want to ever go in there?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Yes, yes. And I wish that they would do something nice for the city, right? That it's never been an organization that housed the unhoused, closed the unclosed, fed the unfed. They just want money. It's a human trafficking, child abusing, money-hungry organization. Yeah. I have talked to the alderman. You know, I just think it's a shame that they put up with it and they tolerate it. It's very dangerous to have this group here. You have a great day, sir. So the bald gentleman, he's been here for several months. He was not here at the beginning. He was more in the June time frame. I think I started seeing him show up. You could tell, right, that you had the gentleman in the blue T-shirt that was coming in, followed the staff member in. Howdy, Snotface, good to see you. Today, there definitely is something going on here. You saw a line of people trying to get up the stairs. There was a line here, so they were trying to pace the entry of the people coming into the organization. So it wasn't that everybody could enter. There was some kind of timing or pacing for the people that were here in line. At lunchtime, when we came back, we got another staff member coming up the street. When we came back, there were a lot more people in the cafeteria. Now remember, as we look at the building to the left here, this is the cafeteria. It's straight behind these doors. These doors are always locked. Only if you're a key holder can you get in from the outside here. How you doing? Anything positive to share about your church? Does the church let you talk about the church? Isn't that strange? That's kind of a cultic behavior. Boy, I wish I understood. There was a conversation that just went on between the incoming female and the outgoing male. Anything positive to share about your church? Is there nothing positive about the cult of Scientology? And again, the cult had to close the doors. They had to bring the shades down because they don't want the public seeing what's going on inside their organization. I do feel that they're going to try to push people out the back because now they've got people in here that didn't see me on the way in, and they definitely don't want them to interact with me on the way out. Folks, when I mentioned that it's always better to have more people out here, if we could have somebody in the back alley at this point in time, that would be very helpful. Or even if anybody was able to just stand here with a phone. You didn't even have to be streaming. If you stand out here with a phone, they won't come out the front door. They'll push people out the back door. What I'm going to do, real quick, it's 5 after 1 o'clock. So they've come back, most of them are back from lunch. I'm going to go and see if we can peek in the alley. Let me, 1 second. I was curious because that person was kind of hiding his face. But again, a lot of people would hide their face in public. Let's get up to the alley real quick. See if there's any activity in the alley. I do think that they will push people out the back door. And when I say push, it's metaphorically speaking, figurative language. Today was a coffee and some fruit. Usually I'm more interested in getting everything charged back up, and I kind of eat quickly when I'm down here. I'd be curious, there's some people that just do outstanding work here that many of the people in my channel and in other channels, they're finding out that Eventbrite has something going on here, or Facebook groups will show that there's something going on here. So there's an event going on here today, right? It's fairly obvious just by the number of people that we see here that it's atypical number of people that are here. Hopefully you're hearing the sound. Chicago police officer is trying to spin up some illegality of what I was doing in New Jersey, my First Amendment right to assemble, protest, demonstrate in public. If you ever want to look up really fun police behavior, Karen Ock is bad cop, period. Got a fairly thick jacket, and some of the things that are most notable is that just 2 years ago, when she was at roll call, she had an accidental discharge of her weapon. So that's the kind of police officers that Scientology is looking for. Right? Oh, yeah, do we need the sound again? All right. I'm just going to take that off. So hopefully, can I get a sound check again? Yeah, we're going to go to the brown. We're here. Are you here for the child trafficking or the human trafficking? Okay. Can you guys hear me now? I don't know if you remember that guy that just went in. How about now? How are we doing on the sound right now? Check, check, check. Oh. Ping, ping. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's good. So the last guy that just walked in, right? He's the one that last time said he was okay with human trafficking. He was okay with child abuse. So and we saw him again. That I asked him, right? Are you here for the human trafficking or for the child abuse? And he was like both, right? Sorry, one second. I want to see. I think I can't tell if I've got my flashlight on. Oh, it's gone away. So we just saw, right, one of the publics who, boy, what was it, 2 months ago, he said that what's wrong with human trafficking, right? I think it was Korn who was here. Korn was putting something down, some chalk on the sidewalk, and the gentleman came in. Oh, the gentleman came in. Anything positive to share about your church? Nothing positive about the cult of Scientology? I want to see where she goes. I think she's going to go into her apartment. Not you. the person who's handing out flyers. That's what I'm worried about. How are you today? So one thing that might be going on here, right, is that they might be sending her out as a decoy, because again, I think they need me away from the front door here. So the woman that just walked in, Olga is kind of who we've been euphemistically calling her, or our alias for. She came out the locked door, and it looked like she was going to go over to Imprint, and then got to the street and then turned around. Yeah, it is so there's a new Way to Happiness shirt. It used to be, it was a white shirt with that blue signal on it, and now it's a green shirt with that blue symbol on it. But it is the same symbol. And yes, it is the Way to Happiness shirt. There we see the Scientologist cutting across the street illegally there. Now, there might be a tactic that they're trying to draw me away from the entrance. Yeah. Are you here for the human trafficking or are you here for the child abuse?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
We're just curious.
Yeah.
All right.
So, do you know all the crimes? You want to see? This is all the crimes that they've committed against
remember,
victims.
I watched a documentary,
Yep.
and it went through like fraud. It went through like basically kidnapping
Absolutely.
or various forms
Mental
of
abuse. So this
extortion.
person's no longer alive. This person was child abused by them. What's the? Did you get a flyer or something that brought you in today?
No, we were literally.
Oh, just walking around. Nice. Oh,
Whoa!
nice.
Yeah, they hit it, right?
I will say this, it's very, very scary to go in there. The idea that if you look at the most beginning elements, they're very innocuous, right? Way to happiness, how to be wealthy, but then it just sucks you into these very nefarious duties. So be very, very careful. You have a great day. Howdy. Have a good marathon. Nice weather. All right, so Way to Happiness did go into her building. She might go out the back door of that building. I'm just not comfortable leaving the front door. Never in. I'm not running the marathon tomorrow. I am in no shape. I haven't been running enough to run a marathon right now. But I did last weekend. I had a fun little run across Kentucky or through Bourbon Country. My thinking is that her out the front door to try to get me to allowing their public to come out without having to hear problematic elements of their culture. I don't know what's going on with the audio. Sorry about that. I don't know if the mic's not working anymore, if the phone is anymore. Okay, now I'm just using the native phone. Can you hear me on the phone? Replugged in the mic. Okay. I don't have any stock today.
Why you don't put that down and stay in on it? They can wash off.
It's illegal to do. I can't put permanent paint on it. So that'd be against the law. Oh yeah. I'm not. I just again. I don't think that human trafficking and child abuse is good.
Yeah, because I talked to them about it.
And they said no, we don't do that.
They told me they don't do it. Why?
Correct.
But I wish I would have had your phone number. I would have called you.
I will tell you that. Why you ever need to go home?
Why you can't give him on the weekday?
I come on the weekdays quite a bit actually, but I'm usually here around lunchtime.
If you need me to do it, I'll do it.
All right.
I just need more money.
All right. We'll see what I can do.
So what? So what's up with the money? I'll do it.
I don't have any money that I can do because I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart. I believe that it's a bad idea that we allow human trafficking and child abuse in our neighborhoods. Right?
It's small.
Yep. 100%.
Go to jail for that.
I agree.
Underage, child, stuff that's wrong with children.
100%. I agree with that.
Well, he told me about that guy, yeah. I researched you guys are very, he came back after you.
I get that. Thank you.
Tell me I'm right.
Thank you. 100% bad news. I need to change over my other phone number. I agree. Yeah, they're not going to let me in. Yeah, I agree. It's there's got to be something wrong with the connection, but right now I don't have anything plugged into the phone. I'm gonna switch over to my other phone.
Wanna go in?
Ha, they're never gonna let me in.
Let's go in.
They'll trespass me.
I have you locked up.
Yeah, they don't want me out here.
I'll go in if you need to.
You
Go
can,
in?
you can if you want to. They're probably they, just because you talk to me, they're gonna give you a hard time too.
You have something iron up.
Yep.
I told him about how everything was going wrong with
And what did they tell you? They're just here to.
They said you're
I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal.
You're the bad guy.
I agree.
But you're not that.
I know. I have no problem with what I'm doing. And again, I have a list of victims' names, right? These are all people that have been harmed by this church. It's 100% it's not right.
Are you recording?
You,
So I think not recording.
no problem. Yep. And I oftentimes, whenever the students. So, some of the things that I dislike the most, if they were a church, they would help. But that's not the most upright. They just want to make money. They're here to get money for their books, money for their books. Folks, can you hear me sound pretty well on this? I'll be right back. I'm going to change the phone.